Hello, friends. This is Erin with Simple Purposeful Living, and I am back today to talk about my brand new book, Tiny Tweaks Happy Life. I'm inviting some of my favorite friends on the internet to tell me how they tweak their way to a life they love, because I don't want this book to just be something that you read. I want it to be applied to your life. So I'm going to invite my friend Melissa from Bless This Mess to join me today, and we're going to chat about how she tweaks her life. See if we can get her on. Hello. It's so good to see you guys. It's kind of dreary here today, but I did get out for a walk. Did you? Warmer here today. We'll wait for Melissa to join us. Good to see you, Kathleen, Jackie, Karen. Hi, Melissa.
Hey,
I was a little worried because sometimes Instagram doesn't like these lives, but it's so good to see you.
was being a little fussy.
It likes to keep us on our toes. It never goes as smoothly as we'd like it. Oh, can you hear me?
I can. Yeah,
Okay.
we're good, I
Okay.
think.
Good. Okay. All right. Well, I am inviting all my favorite friends on the internet to share with me how they tweak their way to a life they love, because I believe that small changes can make a big impact. You've had lots of big changes in your life recently, but I know also there's been some little things that have really been helpful to you. So, has there been a tweak that you've made lately that has either made your life easier or lighter and more joyful?
Can I do two?
Yes, of course.
Okay, just like lightening up meal planning. I feel like a lot of habits kind of go out the door during the holidays because we're just like stuff so busy and chaos and fun and holidays. But then like the rigidity of January is like too much for me. So I was like kind of kicking my heels against getting back into meal planning. So what I did was I've just been picking 4 to 5 dishes and I'll print out the recipe and I'll just buy everything that I need for like 5 dinners, and then I just tack them up on the board. So if someone else is home, like I just started a pottery class. So if I'm in class and dinner time's rolling around, like they know that for these 5 things, everything they need is in the house. That has been really helpful. Like meal planning in the context of I have everything in the house, but not necessarily like Tuesday is chicken noodle soup. Like a light version of meal planning has been really lovely right now. And then also I went back to some app blockers. I have spent too much time on some apps, and that's okay. And it's okay for me to realize that that's not helping me do other things like walk the dogs and journal. Like I'm putting too much of a priority on those things. And I still want to be a really conscious human who is consuming what is happening in the world. But I have started doing it like I'm going to sit down and read the newspaper. I'm going to sit down and read my 2 favorite newsletters and check up on the news at a certain time. And then I'm going to put it away because the news will pop up again that morning. I will not miss anything, but I don't constantly consume it. So having some parameters about when and where I'm consuming the news and mindlessly scrolling and then dinner. Those are my 2.
Okay, I love that idea of like viewing it more like the old school news of like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, like how we used to sit down and watch the news. Like that is just a tiny little tweak, but super helpful, and not just it constantly bringing it in. And like you said, it can take away from some other things that really bring you joy in life. And so do you just do that on your phone, or do you have like a specific app that helps you to shut it down?
My phone comes with like well-being apps, and so you can just do timers and it'll block you out. It's just part of a Google phone. And then, yeah, I've been doing in the morning. So I'll like get some of my stuff done. Then 10 o'clock or at lunch, if I didn't do it in the morning, I'll like read my newspaper essentially and then kind of shut it down till the next day, which has been nice.
Okay, I love that. That's such a good tiny tweak, because I think everybody's trying to navigate how can I stay informed? How can I know everything that's going on? But I feel like that's like a doable approach. It's so helpful and freeing in a way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you are the queen of helping us get around the dinner table with delicious meals that don't make us like want to pull out our hair. That's what you're known for. But can you tell us, has there been a tweak that you've shared over the years on your website that serves millions of families, by the way, that has really resonated in a way that you didn't expect? Like something small that you shared?
I think that some of the meal planning stuff is helpful if people like just write down. And if you don't know what to make for those 4 or 5 things that you're getting groceries for, if you could do one brain dump, get it all out on a paper so that when you need your 4 or 5 recipes to go grocery shopping from, all the work's already done. And you can even hand it to your kids. Like I have teenagers. I handed them a copy, like I have a handwritten piece of paper of meals that we've been making lately, and I might add 1 or 2 to the bottom, but it's not changing a lot. And I was like, what do you guys want this week?
So almost like a menu of
Yeah.
meals that you just have on hand, or like that you are like, these are the meals that we like, and then you hand it to
Cooking
your
and yeah.
family, and then they pick. I mean, that takes the decision fatigue off of you. That's so smart.
Yes. So if you can do that initial brain dumping, get it all out on paper, then other people can help you with being like, okay, what is actually happening this week?
And that's a sneak peek for her podcast
Yeah.
interview coming in a couple of weeks. They'll have to tune in for some more. I love that. Okay, so Melissa, what is one question or one thing you do before you start anything?
I am an in my head kind of person, so I generally try to check in with my nervous system. So just go like, I just try to like sit with myself and be like, okay, how does this feel inside of me? And I have found that there are situations or things that I are just hard no's, and I should say no to them. And there's also things that I might feel a little bit uncomfortable with, but they feel like growth opportunities. So learning to distinguish those like, no, you really don't want to put your energy there, and this might be a little bit uncomfortable, but it'd be good for you. Like figuring out that middle has been really good for me. So I really have to like check in with how things make me feel.
That's such a good reminder because sometimes we just avoid things because it takes us out of our comfort zone. And so really evaluating, is this a no because it's not something I want to spend time on versus I'm just scared and I want to say no. That's valuable. That's really good. Okay. The whole point of the book is not just for simplification. That's helpful, but really we want to make more space for things that matter. And something that I really admire that I've shared with you before is that you really love the life that you have. And I know it hasn't always been easy. You've made a big move, but you just joined a pottery class, which I'm insanely jealous of because that's on my bucket list. But what is a tiny joy that you've enjoyed lately as a result of tweaking your way to more space in your life?
I'm going to show you. It's forcing bulbs. This was a $2 amaryllis from the Christmas aisle. And look at it in January. Because look outside my window. Feet and feet and feet of snow. So these little forced bulbs, and these are paper whites. So these little magical bulbs that just sit in my dining room have been so much fun.
Okay, so talk to me. It's a forced bulb. So does it continue to, like, how does that work? Does it continue to bloom?
It's like a spring flower, like a tulip or a daffodil. You can use those also. They just think that your house is spring. So you plant them you can do some at Thanksgiving and they'll bloom around Christmas. And these were Christmas and they're blooming now beginning of February because I brought them in, I watered them, and they're like, oh, it is warm now. You know what I mean? It's 60 degrees in my house. We're a little warmer. So it just means that you're forcing them to open outside of their outside schedule.
No, can you plant them once you're done with them inside into your yard?
Paper whites, the little white ones, are too tender for the zone that I'm in. If you were somewhere closer like Georgia, Florida, that warmth, you could, and they would come back year over year. Like Costco will have blooming bulb-on tulips. Those you can. Like throw them in your yard. Most people can, and they'll come back year after year. And then the amaryllis need a little bit of tending, but you can definitely get them. You kind of let them go to green. And then about August, you chop everything down, you hide them away in their basement because they need a dormant period. And then in November or so, when you want a Christmas amaryllis, you can get it back out and do the same process.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you're going to have to keep me posted. I'm dying to
It's
see it.
easy. They are easy.
Okay, and it is like just listening to you. I love that you took us on a little field trip, by the way. I was like, oh, I've never gotten to go on a field trip on one of these lives. But that idea of just like, it's so simple, but every time you look at it, it just brings you so much joy in the middle of winter. I love that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, and the progress. Like I've been waiting for them to open for weeks and just watching them grow. Like there's a little bit of magic having some living things in your house.
I love that. Maybe the tiny tweak somebody watching today is to grab a little something that they can watch grow in the doldrums of winter.
Yeah.
Oh, Melissa, thank you so much for joining me and sharing how you tweak your way to a life that you love, the tiny joys that you have. You are a blessing. And I hope this is a sneak peek for people to want to tune in to the podcast in a couple of weeks and hear your full interview.
I can't wait to get your book.
Oh, it's coming. It got snowed in Nashville. Gosh darn it.
I believe it.
I promise it's on its way.
I can't wait.
Oh, thank you, Melissa. Have a great day and thanks for joining me.
Thanks. Bye.